Do you know, I've often found it odd with the way that Meghan Markle described the initial reaction to tabloids, if you remember when she sat down with Oprah Winfrey. And Oprah Winfrey, there she is supposed to be this doyen of being an interviewer. And, she knew exactly what America had on its newsstands. I mean, it was the tabloid heaven. Ever since Photoplay, Modern Screen, and of course Confidential, the movies ruled the gossip columns, and Meghan Markle was desperate to be in those gossip magazines, whether it be the Globe, Star, the National Enquirer. So for Oprah Winfrey to sit there and basically say, as Meghan claimed, I wasn't really used to, I didn't know anything, we didn't have that culture here. Another fat tissue of lies, because, everybody knows that the National Enquirer really is a lot of fun. Well, was, I'm not quite sure now, but was a lot of fun, and you didn't take it seriously. But that was the culture of that moment. Now you see what's fascinating is Meghan has become addicted to gossip. Well, just one thing, her own. As ever, let me explain. Morning, chums. Good to see you today. Thank you so much for your time. Hope you're keeping well. Can you hear the crows here? I know. It's a good job I'm not near the Tower of London. Apparently, if the crows go, well, a disaster's going to happen. Well, it already has. They've sold out of caramel eggs, actually. But I'm waiting for the reductions. I know it's terrible, isn't it? There's a lot of them in the stores, and I was thinking, wonder if they'll reduce these down. Are you like that? It's terrible, though, isn't it? Because you think, well, that's a lot of money. And really, I only get the tiny little egg things, as a treat. And you think, well, hang on a minute, I think it's 95 pence. It's not exactly a meal, is it? You know what I'm saying? You have to treat yourself from time to time, though. That's exactly about our royal story today. Meghan Markle treats herself by reading about herself. As I told you many moons ago, first and exclusive here on this channel, Meghan literally has a plethora of social media accounts. And don't bother denying it, Meghan. You know I know, right? Now, where did we have a wave, by the way? Sorry, let's have a lovely wave. Nice to see you. Now, what's interesting about this element of the story is that clearly Meghan has upped the ante regarding the gossip about herself, because when you think about it, the gossip is thick and fast. But of course, when it's in a positive light, like the magazines that she favours and gives all of the inside goss to, which are tabloid magazines, People Magazine and Us Weekly, US Weekly, whatever you call it, they're just tabloid fodder. Nothing wrong with it. A lot of fun, as I've said. But the bottom line is, when you look at, say, Dr. Sophie Chanduka, she got an interview with the Financial Times. Meghan, of course, is really scratching around trying to get people to do a reasonable interview with her. And because, consequently, she wants to control the narrative, none of the interviews ever come off well. You get the picture. But what's interesting here is, you see, Meghan's now taken to this tactic on a ferocious level, according to a former staff member that's recently, shall we say, it was on a stringer contract, to be kind, right? They didn't stay long. And the thing is, she and Harry go through every single facet of gossip on a daily basis and decide how best to retract and react to some of them. Like this particular story, the alleged falling out of Princess Eugenie, Harry and Meghan. Well, we all know the true story behind that. But of course, Harry very quickly wheedled that story into the non-exclusive interview with People magazine. What they do, they think, what can we do to answer back? Nothing wrong with that. A lot of celebrities do it. But for Harry and Meghan to be such open liars about not noticing what people are writing about them, well, it's difficult. Of course, the thing for them is they don't react to the bigger stories like the Santa Bali or, in fact, the other Africa Park, stuff like that. That has to be kept away for legal reasons. But another side of the coin, for those that say Meghan Markle does not read and reacts to it by saying it's just all white noise around her. Well, it might be white noise, but Meghan wants to get a flavour of the feeling of exactly how she's represented out there. Her team go through them all as well. And the apparent reaction to her video launching her, brand, well, that didn't meet up to expectations. The one with cats out of the bag. A lot of people felt that she shouldn't have used that phrase and been far more demure. Meghan knew best and then was absolutely stunned, according to this source, when the reaction was less than favourable. But it's good to know that whatever you're saying, writing or indeed presenting across the tabloid world, Meghan certainly is reading it. Neil Sean, Kensington, London.